Hello friends, welcome to channel 11. Today I am going to give some example about autofac and how to implement in .NET using .NET. So autofac mainly uses for the dependency injection or inversions of control. In previous our projects, we are going to directly instantiating the corresponding classes in our methods. Suppose if any changes is required as part of dependence classes, we need to come to the code and change that. To avoid that, to avoid the directly creating the instantiating the objects to in class, to avoid that, autofac has introduced some technologies. Using that, it will automatically identify and create the instantiate for us, and it will provide the instantiate object to us so that we can use corresponding methods. It has a lot of advantages for the big projects. For small projects, it is fine, but if he has large project, he has a lot of dependency classes. We need, it, it is a big maintenance task to understand and creating objects for that. So using autofac we can easily implement it, those things. So now I will give a simple example here. Modules, one is the database module, one is business logic, and one is data layer. As names mentioned, it is a database. It contains all database related classes, SQL, Oracle and all. And data layer, it is the intermediate between the database and business logic. So it is going to identify which database for us to interact. Details here. And the business logic layer, it is going to interact with the employee repository to get the details. So those details I will maintain here. This is my simple application. If you see here, so I am directly instantiating the employee object here. If you see my implementation also, I am directly instantiating my employee repository here also. If we see my employee repository, I am directly instantiating my SQL DB. Suppose in future if you want to change to Excel DB, so you need to come here and change the code. Same thing for my repository also. Here you need to come here and update the code. Same thing for, so it is a lot of required lot of maintenance here. So even here also, if you want to interact with the department, you need to come here and update your code. It has a lot of dependency. One of the feature called autofac. It is open source and it is developed by the Google. Now I will give the example how to use autofac here and remove all the dependencies and how we can make it more generic. For that we need to first install all related autofac DLLs in our project. We will get from the manage NuGet. So I already installed in my solution. So if you search in autofac in browse, so you'll get this, and you need to install in our project. So this is the latest version 4.8.1. So I already installed this, and let me go and comment all the code. And This is not required. So once you installed autofac in your project, autofac into your project, so first we need to so first we need to tell the autofac what is the dependencies for in our project. For that, first we need to register that all the dependencies here. So this is the code. So you can get this code from the autofac website. So first we need to get the instantiate the container builder. From there we have the different types, ways of registering. One is the registration register type. So it is the by using reflection you are saying you are registering, and another way is you can register using assembly. So this is the way we can register at a time for from the assembly. So I am I have used this code. I am registering all my db classes at a time using this code. I am saying get the assembly which is ending with db and register. So all my db classes, database classes, is ending with db. So it is going to get all the classes and register. This is the one way to at a time to multiple classes to register. And this is the another way to register for the single class. So I am saying it register my SQL which is implemented in iEmployee So this is one type of interface. After my registration done, so I will come by one. So this is I am registering all my DB classes at a time. After that, I'm going to my repository class. This is my repository class. So it is accepting. It has a constructor. It is accepting I employee DB. So first I need to register my employee repository, and I need to pass my whatever my desired instantiate to this repository. So now I am resolving my Oracle DB. I am passing my Oracle DB instantiate to this class. So if I pass my Oracle object here from so I am going to get the Oracle related information. So I am registering my employee repository with Oracle instantiate, Oracle DB instantiate. After that, I am coming to my employee object. My employee object has employee repository DB here. So now I am registering my employee repository with the employee class with the employee repository instantiate. So this is I'm passing my employee repository instantiate. So once all registrations are done, you need to build that, and from if you build that, you are going to get the container. So once build, and if you get the container, it has all the registration whatever we registered here. We'll get all the instantiate in container. From the container you are going to resolving of employee object and getting the and accessing that method employee object employee employee method. This way we should going to register all our dependencies. So this should be happened at the beginning of our project. If it is web application start, if it is it should happen at the initial at the beginning of your application, starting of your application, so that it is going to instantiate all the assemblies classes in autofac is going to initialize and make it ready for you. Come to the from the class. First I have the db class. It has a sql db. These classes is going to instantiate from the repository. This is my repository class, employee repository. So employee repository has the dependency of db classes. So and from the this repository it is going to calling by the business layer employee. So employee has a dependency of employee repository. So we need to register all three here. So that is first I have registered the db classes. After that I have registered my employee repository with the dependency. So here I am passing Oracle DB. If you want, you can pass SQL and Excel. So it is based on your requirement. You can pass dynamically this this object, this object, and after that I am registering my employee object with corresponding repository. Let me go and run this. So it's executed. I am returning the start Oracle. So suppose as per requirement, if you want to use SQL DB, we just need to change here SQL DB. So start from SQL. Suppose if you want to use Excel, so I am getting start Excel. So if you observe where I know where I have changed my underlying classes, I am changing only one place at that to register. While registering, I am changing the code. So this is very easy maintenance. Decoupling, there is no any dependence anywhere as part of object initialization. So autofac is going to handle and everything and handle everything and providing for us dynamically. So we are nowadays all projects are using is completely implementing dependency injection. We have the structured map, unity dependency, and autofac. So this is the one of the example for autofac. Hope you get some information. Have a nice time. Thank you.
Thank you for watching my video. Please like it, share it and also subscribe my channel for more videos.